explain to me in as much detail as you can that hip hop era that you grew up in and what it was like in New Jersey. We always hear about what went in the Bronx and what went on in New York.
Yeah.
But what really happened in New Jersey? How did it feel? Give me the black and white kind of grainy version.
Well, for us in Jersey, New York treated us the same way they treated everybody else because we wasn't from New York, but we right next to them.
Mm.
So, growing up in Jersey, coming up with hip hop, it was a New York thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew that's where it came from. That's where it was broadcasted from. That's where we watched videos from before they even came on to MTV. So you had Video Music Box coming out of New York. And, we had early representatives in hip hop to look at, whether if it's Latif, Lakim Shabazz, like those were our first guys we knew when we saw on that. That's the God. Those are our gods right there. Like I talk to Lakim every other day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing. And my man, he's still the same. He still look the same. He's grown. He still do music. And he's like a brother to me. So with us, we were always on the outside looking in. But like, if you notice with us in New Jersey, we don't sound like nobody else. Like we have so many different artists and we all don't sound the same. But, that's what makes us good. And that's what separates all of us. Because within all of our groups, whether it's Artifacts, whether it's Redman, whether it's Naughty, Lords, you could tell we all listen to the same people, but you could tell as we grew up, we heard Redman could be with EPMD. You know what I'm saying? You can affiliate me and Tame with Brand Nubian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it makes sense because we gravitated toward them as artists.
Hold tight to that X as well, by the way. I know.
No doubt. Peace to X, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like us, we had a lot to prove. We couldn't go to New York. Like when me and Tame was coming up doing shows before we even dropped the album, we were doing a lot of Lyricist Lounge shows, a lot of shows in New York. Well, we could not say we was from Jersey when we first got up on stage.
But what would happen?
We would wait till after we was done. Because if we went on stage, if we went up on stage saying that, yo, Jersey, blah, 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 boo, 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 boo.
You get knocked down?
Boo first. You know what I mean? Like, so we would wait till after we was done with the show.
That's cold.
Because a lot of people, when they saw us on stage, I'm wearing polo, Tame had dreads, a lot of cats thought we was from Brooklyn. And then when the video when the video came out, and they saw New Jersey Transit buses, they saw Newark police cars. They like, oh, they from Jersey because we knew. Like
you got to be nice first.
Yeah,
and
New York ain't just giving you no free card. You just come through and do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew you had to get a pass, and our pass was going to Stretch and Barbito. And these things were things that people in New York didn't think that New Jersey artists were capable of. I'm talking about from graffiti standpoint to b-boying, and this is where I would always explain that, yo, we're right there. We can see y'all. You know what I'm saying? We see your whole everything. You know what I'm saying? We just not in it. But we always had to feel like we had to prove ourselves to New York. And over the years, through the music we've been putting out and the artists we've been able to get that love and give the love back to cats in New York. Because cats in New York know. You can ask the best of the cats in New York. Ask them what happened when they come to Jersey. Ask them what happens. They know. So we have our own upbringing that, when you look at the artists, whether it was Latifah, you look at Tresh, you look at Poor Righteous Teachers, you look at King's Son. I can go down a whole list of people
and
from
all
Jersey
so different, like you say, also different.
Yes, and we all don't sound the same musically or verbally at all.
Yeah. I can relate to you with the whole New York thing. I mean, thankfully, I the beatbox was definitely on my side. I cut my chops.
It's super nice because I saw it live in my face.
Guy.
So I know how it was probably for you. Like this dude coming over here like this, like look, I'm a pro.
Trust me, that I'm not. Just don't speak English until you've done the beatbox. Don't speak, girls. Don't speak.
And don't say you from Jersey before you start the song.
Yeah,
nothing.
Exactly.
Just do your thing, and then when you finish, like, all right, I'm going back to UK. I'm going back to Jersey. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
What? From where?
Yeah.
So that's how it happens.
Totally. And then all of a sudden, like, similarly to myself, but obviously amplified by God knows what. I mean, I guess from your side, like, yeah, you suddenly got this huge payoff of attention on Jersey, along with the, like the aforementioned. But I think you guys, as somebody who ain't from America, for starters, you're an observer. Now, I wasn't originally from London. I was even more of an observer. And I think when you're removed from the area and you're off radar and you're watching this thing happen, do you felt, particularly being so close, but being in New Jersey, did you feel like actually I appreciated this stuff a lot more growing up, listening to it and taking it all in more than somebody who'd be like living in the Bronx would?
I will hope to say that it would be the same effect because, like I said, at the time when you're listening to Molly Mall, you're listening to Red Alert, we're all hearing the same thing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like for all of the artists that come out of New York, for the outside to hear them and see them, it was the same way that I did. But because I'm right next to it, we had access to Video Music Box to where you had a video show before MTV came out. Even if it came on at night, and he would change the time to the afternoon, till it got to be finally to be after school. So after school, we would run home because we knew Video Music Box was coming on. So Wednesday you had the new videos, Nervous Thursdays, and Fridays would be just blackout, play everything new. So that was our outlet to see early LL Cool J videos, Run DMC, Houdini, all the old throwback videos. So I would think that out of state wise, yeah, we probably had an advantage because we would able to access the radio. Like I remember when I was young, I used to try to just go through the radio, just even go through the station to see if any hip hop would come on. But that's how I found the World Supreme Team show on 91.5.
Damn.
And because like Long Island, New York had radio shows, we would get those sometimes through the frequency. So it was a lot of stuff that we were able to find compared to somebody outside of New Jersey. So,
was it in abundance? Did you would you literally dial in? Because the way you were explaining it right then, it was just a case of right, defuzz, find it, stay locked. Was there a lot of stations that were playing hip hop back then?
Yeah, because like say like if you knew, so like after Marley Mall and then would go off at 11 and 12 o'clock at night, you could go down the dial to 105.9. And if you was close enough to New York and your radio was good, you can catch the DNA and Hank Love show after the Awesome 2 show. So, but only if you knew about these things, you would be listening because a lot of times, through word of mouth, that's how you found out about the stations and making tapes through your friends. So, that was what came to when you start sharing stuff like that. But when you would tell your man, like, yo, DNA Hank Love come up, but see, because you heard about it through somebody else, you wouldn't know that listening to Marley. Marley and them not going to tell you to go to listen to Awesome 2 or go to listen to DNA Hank Love, but because you was a fan of it and you was looking for it, you found it. So like how I found Supreme Team show, it was in the afternoon. And I don't know why I did it. I was in my room. I had a little gym set in there. I just took a break. I was going down and let me see something. And usually when you get to the lower numbers in the stations, they turn to be jazz stations.
Right.
So 89.9, Stretch and Barbito show, that station used to be a jazz station. That's why sometimes the jazz station wouldn't even let them come on.
No way.
And they would go off. When they would go off on their show, the jazz show would come on. So and then there was another to 89.1. So these were jazz stations. You might find a rock station. One day in the afternoon, I found some hip hop. I was like, whoa, what's this? But only reason why I knew about World Supreme Team show because through Malcolm McLaren, watching those videos on a show called New York Hot Tracks. So only way, and you can't ask somebody outside of New Jersey and New York, Connecticut maybe, yeah, all that, but you can't go down there to the South and say, yo, you heard of New York Hot Tracks? Already, it's called New York Hot Tracks. They don't see these videos, so it's only for the tri-state area.
Boy,
so it was a lot of stuff people was missing that wasn't from here that we saw because we was closer to New York.
You literally had your ear to the ground.
Exactly. And you had to find it. There was no, you know, and to now know all of these dudes, and awesome too is my brothers. I love them, you know, to be
Amazing.
fans of them and going up to these stations and to be friends with them later on. You know, that's a testament to a true listener of them for years. That
Yeah.
you know that you still know them today. And I was just bugging out yesterday, listening to Red Alert on the radio. I said to myself, like, damn,
That's my
I
guy.
grew up listening to Red Alert on the radio, and he's still on the radio. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, and also, I might just add, it's testament to your authenticity that these iconic characters in hip hop revere you and
Mm-hmm.
call you a friend. That that only suggests that from ear to the ground to
Mm-hmm.
breakdancing to emceeing, you were on the right track.